Welcome, everyone, to another episode of Fred Speaks. I pray this podcast finds you in the best of health and spirits. And our topic for this podcast is let go. And I was having a conversation about one of my leaders in the church, something that he was speaking about that was personal to him, that he had experienced. And he talked about when his wife at the time had left him and took the kids with her. And he said at that moment that it felt like someone had stabbed him in the heart and that he couldn't stop bleeding. And he was describing this place that he was in, that it was just a low place. And he could remember hearing a voice saying, let go. And he kind of debated with that, but the voice just kept saying, let go. And he said, you remember when he let go, it felt like he was just falling without any control, no ability to help himself. And he was just falling and falling and falling. And then all of a sudden, he landed on something solid. And he said he heard a voice at that time say, I got you. And the testimony was so powerful because I was thinking about how we can hold on to things and it's like they're just sucking the life out of us, just stealing all of our joy and our peace. But yet we're holding on to it. And God is saying, let go. And it's something about, you hear me speak a lot of times about us being as being human beings, that we feel like we're able and capable of figuring things out for ourselves, working things out for ourselves. But then there are times that we run into situations where there's nothing we can do about it. But for some reason, we just keep holding on and trying, and that something within us that we will be able to figure it out for ourselves. And yet, the more we hold on to it, the more we're depressed and we're sad and disappointed and hurt. But yet that quiet voice, God is saying, let go. And then it's that if I let go, then what? What's going to happen if I let go? I know what I'm dealing with now. I know from day to day what it feels like, what the experiences are on a daily basis, because I'm holding on to it. And I know everything, the emotions and everything that comes along with me holding on to it. But if I let go, what's going to happen? Is it going to work out for me? Is it not going to work out? What's going to happen if I let go? And so we, as human beings, we find ourselves just holding on, and it's almost like I have some form of control by holding on to it. But that's the beauty about depending on God, depending and trusting in Him and having faith in Him, is the ability to let go. And although I don't see how things are going to turn out, I don't know how they're going to turn out. I don't know when I start to go on this fall, like the bishop described. I don't know what's going to happen. Is something going to catch me? It's almost, the thing of, falling back in hopes of somebody will catch you. and it's kind of like, oh, I'll do it, but, I want some assurance that somebody's going to catch me. I don't want to just fall back and nobody catches me and I hit the ground. And I think that's how we are in a lot of ways. We don't want to fail. We don't want to be disappointed even more if we turn loose. But God is saying, I got you. If you just turn loose, if you just let it go. If you let it go, he's like, I want to take it and do away with it, put it in a place that it won't bother you anymore. But you first got to let it go. And when you let go, it's basically a relief. It's a weight lifted. Like I don't have to carry that. I don't have to be burdened down with that. I can let it go. My mind can be free. My heart can be free. And I was thinking about, I was listening to someone talking about a young man that, his mom had told him, don't be playing in the living room. But yet when she left, he was playing in the living room and he made a paper ball and he was throwing the ball around and he threw it and it landed in a vase. And before he knew it, his mom was pulling up, returning back home. And there's the paper ball in the vase, and he reaches in to get it before she comes in, and his arm gets stuck. So his dad walks in and sees the situation, and the boy's like, Dad, help me, before, Mom comes in and sees, this paper ball in the vase and my arm stuck in the vase. And his dad was like, turn loose the trash, let it go. And when he let it go, wow, all of a sudden now his arm is free to be removed from the vase. And after his arm is free, then his dad comes over and he dumps the paper ball out of the vase. And that's the way God is. It's like, if you will just turn loose, I got you. Not only will you be free, but I will get rid of the thing that is causing you the problem. The thing that you're holding on that has you stuck, that you can't move forward. If you'll just turn loose, I'll take care of it. And that's the thing, the thing of letting go. And it's like sometimes we can have hurt that occurs in our lives, and it's like we want to hold on to the pain that was caused. And it's like I always want to remember everything that occurred. I want to remember it all. I want to, that to be something that, I keep. But all the time, these things, every time you think about them, they put you in a state of mind. They put you in a state of depression, state of sadness. And the thing about it is that we say that we want opposite of that, but then we're afraid to let go that we may achieve or have those things. So having the opposite of sadness, being able to be able to have gladness, to be able to have peace, to be able to have joy again. But first, we got to let go of the things that is bringing us sadness and disappointment and depression. We have to let those things go, that we may have the opposite of that, which is good things. And it's just weird how we, as human beings, how we operate. It's like we want joy, but then at the same time we're holding on to sadness, and we are holding on to things that cause us to cry. And all we have to do is is let go. And I know somebody's saying it's not that simple, but and I was thinking about it. It's a lot of times we get in places and it didn't happen overnight, but it was over a period of time that we got in that place. So then to get to the good part, it's going to be a day by day thing, but you have to start somewhere of letting go, starting to release your grips off of whatever it is and start to look forward to something better. But first we have to let go. And God is saying, if you just let go, he's like, I will take care of the trash. I'll take care of the things that is causing you to be sad, that is causing you to be down every day, that's causing you to look at everybody in a bad way and feel that everybody is bad. If you'll just let go, I'll take care of it for you. And like I say, it's a process, just like it took a process to get in that state. It's a process to get out. But the process of healing and the process of returning to some good things in your life, at first you got to let go. And I can remember some things in my life that, it was hard to let go. And it was almost like I want to remember those things. And it's not, to have a testimony, you have to remember and recall different things. But when I say let go, I mean where they don't have a hold on you to the point of where you can't move forward, where you can't be a whole person and be somebody that is full of joy and peace. And if something has you in a state of, where you're down all the time, you're depressed and you're sad, then the only solution is to let go. Holding on to it is not going to get you to that place or return you to that place of having peace and happiness. You first got to let go of the thing that is causing you to be down and cause you to cry. And until you can do that, then you'll remain there. You'll be stuck. You'll try, because there's a part of you that wants to be better. But every time you try to make a step, that thing will be holding you. It's almost like a dog being on a chain. The dog wants to be free to roam and run and, jump, but the chain limits him how far he can go. And that's how when we're holding on to something, it will only allow us to go so far, and then it's going to rear its head because it's going to remind us and let us know that, hey, I'm still here. Don't forget about me. And we keep holding on to it, and we can't get better, and we find ourselves, day by day, month after month, year by year, that we're in the same place. We're not growing. We're not getting any better. Yeah, we're getting older, and, we may, different things may happen in our life, but we're still stuck in a place. We're not free. And until we can let go, we can't have that freedom. That freedom where there's nothing that has us by the neck or has us bound by our feet or our hands. But until we can let go, then we won't be free. But once we let go, then we'll find ourselves just a heavy weight will be lifted, and then we can start to move forward and be a person that's good for ourselves and also good for others. But we first must let go. And so I just wanted to encourage someone that may be dealing with something or has something, happen to them in their past, and they just never, dealt with it and never tried to let it go, but they held on to it. I just want to encourage you, and like that, it's a process, but you have to start to release your grip and these things go, that you can be the best, version of you. And the only way to do that is you got to let go of these things that are weighing you down. And if you don't, they're going to keep you burdened down, and you can't really take flight and be all you can be until you get rid of the weights. And that's what these things do. When you're hurt, or, something traumatic has happened in your life, you got to be able to let go. And like I said, I'm not trying to downplay different things that, we have to go through in life that others have been through. I'm not trying to downplay that, because I know that some people have been through some serious things, and it's not going to happen overnight, but it takes time. But what I'm saying is, day by day, start to loose your grip and start to let go and let God, take the trash, take the thing that brings you sadness, and let him replace that with joy. Let him replace that with peace. And letting go is not something that can be done without God. We can try to do things where we say we want to let go, but a lot of times when you've been hurt or some traumatic event has happened in your life, you find yourself wanting to recall these things on a daily basis. They come back to your mind, and you find yourself dwelling on them. But, like I said, I've been through some things in life, and I found myself, it took me a while, but I had to get to that place where, I want to think on good things. I want to look forward to better days. I want to stop looking back and, saying, poor me, look at what has happened to me. But I want to start looking forward to better days, saying that, it's better things that lies ahead for me. And everything that I went through in my past was there for me to learn from it and to make me stronger, make me wiser. And if I just hold on to them to where they are stumbling blocks, that's no good to me. But if I can look at them for what they are, and that they were things I had to go through, but they were not designed to make me stagnant, to bind me, but they were designed to teach me. And that whole having a different outlook like that, it takes some letting go. You got to be able to let go. And once you can master you and realize that, it's normal for the human being wanting to hold on to things and try to figure things out. And like I said, there are some things you just won't be able to figure out. You won't be able to work through in your mind, but you're going to need a higher power to intervene on your behalf, that you might be able to let it go and let it. And like I said, not forgetting these things, but where these things don't have a strong hold on you, to the point where you can't move forward. But everything that I've gone through, I like to go back and reflect on them through a testimony, to let others know what God can do, to let others know that I was in a place that I was weak and there was nothing I could do for myself, but by God's help, through his help, I was able to overcome it and be able to move forward. So then the things that I went through, they're not a stronghold on me, but they're stepping stone to move me forward, propel me forward, that I can be better, that I can be wiser and stronger. So just want to encourage somebody, don't let the things that have happened in your past, or even things that are you are currently going through, look at them for what they are and be able to let them go and move forward and be all that you can be. I pray that everyone was able to get something out of this podcast, and would like to encourage you to join us for another episode of Fred Speaks. And with that, we want to say goodbye.